Hey friends, my name is Jake. Welcome to Canadian Cutting Edge. And before we get into the unboxing, I've got an announcement for my supporters. Those of you who send me money through Patreon or through YouTube memberships. I've got a knife sale going on just for you guys. I put the information for my YouTube membership supporters at youtube.com/Canadian Cutting Edge/community. And if you're a Patreon supporter, check your Patreon notifications. Check patreon.com/CCE for the posts. I've posted the links and all the information there. I didn't make a video of listing all the knives, but there's a document there with a link for all the knives. This sale is first just for you supporters. After you guys have had your chance, then I'll make it open and the sale will be open to just about everybody. And wait for another video announcement for that if you are a regular viewer of the channel, but not a financial supporter. If you want to support the channel, there's two big perks. You get first dibs at all the knife sales, and one of you wins a knife every single month. One of the knives that I reviewed in the previous month will be sent to the winner, and the winner gets to choose which knife they want. That's a pretty good deal. Right now, I've got an unboxing. I've got 5 knives, and we've got something from a brand new company called Damned Designs. You might have heard about them. You might have seen some of their stuff. Some of you guys might even have some of their knives, because if you live in the United States, they ship directly to you. I had to get mine to the United States first and then sent to me, so I just got it this week. I think you're gonna like what you see. It's not a unboxing in the traditional sense where I'm opening up a box from a knife vendor. That's because it's getting really hard to get knives into Canada, folding knives like flippers and stuff. So I've had all my knives that I ordered sent to Nebraska, and then Dave in Nebraska takes them apart. He gets the handles to me and he gets the blades to me, and I put them back together again, and I'm going to show you what they are. Let's get at it, and we're going to start with a SRM knife. This is the 1158. Now, I bought this several years ago. I reviewed it more than 3 years ago. So this will be part of my review series, where I look again for a second time at a knife. Now this knife should be able to get into Canada no problem. That's because the current rules at CBSA claim that they're not stopping thumb stud knives. And since it has Teflon washers on either side and a very thin phosphor bronze washer on either side as well, but from the factory, it doesn't open super easily. Now, all I've done is reassemble it. And when I reassembled it, I took off the grease that was originally on there, and I put the brand new lubrication on there, the Gunny Glide, and look at this. It's super smooth. But still, if you give it a shake, you know, it's not coming out. So there's a very good chance that this would cross the border without a problem, because it's not a flipper knife. They're stopping pretty much any kind of flipper knife. But they're also stopping so many knives that have ball bearings if you can just do a hard wrist flick and make the blade come out. Our border services guys are calling that an illegal knife, or at least a banned knife. They can't really call it illegal because it's not really illegal. So that's just the way it is. What our border services agency does and what the law actually says are not necessarily the same thing. This is a nice knife. We've got, what kind of steel is this? This is 8CR13 MOV stainless steel, and SRM's 8CR13 MOV, you know, comes in around 60 Rockwell hardness. It's a good hard steel, and I'm a big fan of 8CR13. It's one of the good budget steels out there. It's a right side only thumb stud. There's a secondary lock like that, so now you can't disengage the lock. To me, that's a gimmick. It really doesn't make any difference in practical terms, except for it does occasionally get in the way, but it doesn't accidentally slide shut very easily, but it has sometimes on me done that. This knife is $24.99 at White Mountain Knives. That's US dollars. Take off your 10% with coupon code CCE. I didn't say that before, did I? Anything at White Mountain Knives, you can save 10%. with my coupon code CCE. So why not save some money? We've got a nice open pillar design. It's got a post that's screw here. That screw doesn't have a post on it. I guess that post doesn't have screws on it. So it's just two screws holding it together, and it's a good knife. And the action on this thing, no blade play. It's got great action with washers because it's got those super thin phosphor bronze washers. I've almost done the full review already, haven't I? So there you go. SRM makes some good stuff. Second knife we're going to look at is a Byrd knife. Yes, Byrd, the budget brand from Spyderco. Spyderco's budget knives that are made in China are made by SRM. The SRM people are the people that make the Byrd knives for them. This is a slip joint knife. This is the TERN. The TERN is way too expensive. $37.10. Take off 10% makes it $33.39. So $33.39 for this. It's got the exact same steel from the same factory. And this $22.49, $33.49. So $11 more for this slip joint knife. Now, it's a nice slip joint knife. I'm quite happy with it. We've got a nice wire clip, and it's got a good stop in there. And when you do the forward grip, the slip joint's not going to close over your hand. If you've never had a slip joint before and you're a bit nervous of slip joints, then this is the kind of slip joint to get. One of these Spydercos with this forward choil, because when you're using that forward choil, it just can't close on your finger. Your finger gets in the way, and so the blade can't come over on you. Other than that, it's quite nice. It's just not worth the money. It's got a right and left wire clip, which is nice. A little bit dirty there. I'm going to have to clean it, but I think it got dirty in all the extra shipping that had to happen, especially because I asked Dave to use drive grip on all these screws when he took it apart. So there's a little bit of drive grip residue left in there. So it's not dirty from the factory. It's just this stuff's a really good idea when you're taking apart knives and you're not sure if there's Loctite on those knives. I've made a whole video about this. Half a video is about this. The other half of the video is about thread locker, something phenomenally better than Loctite that I really like. Vibratite VC3 Thread Mate. It doesn't lock the threads, but it certainly holds the threads. It stops the screw from coming out until you want it to come out. When you use your screwdriver to take it out, you can, but it doesn't come loose on its own. It's a tremendous material. But anyway, here's the TERN, part of their Slip It series by Byrd Knives, 8013 MOV. After the discount, $33.39. That's from White Mountain Knives. Third, let's take a look at this Harnds. This is the Harnds Wolverine, model CK9172BR-S. But if you just search for CK9172, you're going to see the 3 different models of the Wolverine. I'll leave a link for them down below. I got the colorful one. So we've got red and black G10, blue anodized pivot collar. It's got a back spacer. It's got a right side only pocket clip. It's not a deep clip either. So if you only like deep clips, well then this is probably not a knife for you. We've got a flipper. And whew, that's nice. Oh, I didn't wipe this thing off before I opened it up. It did come clean from the factory. It's got fingerprints on it. And I had oil on my hands too. But look at this, full flat grind. 14C 28N stainless steel. It's quite comfortable in hand. That reverse grip is even comfortable with this divot back here. Your thumb goes in there and you've got a fighting grip if you want to. It's a nice knife. I'm quite happy with it for the few minutes that I spent with unboxing it. Liner lock. It's got a very, maybe too strong of a detent, but that can be softened up. But the blade just flies out when you want it to. So left-handed works fine. Right-handed works fine, but it's only a right side pocket clip. What's the price on this guy? $41.99 is the starting price for this. Take off 10% makes it $37.59. So under 40 bucks for this knife. Look at that. It's a nice knife. So these 3 knives are doing quite well. Hopefully you've stuck with me because now I've got the best stuff. This is what I've been waiting for. This is from Damned Designs. It's a brand new brand. So it looks like horns and then two knives there that are crossed. Damned Designs, www.damneddesigns.com. And I've got two other knives. So I'm going to put these aside to clear the space here. I've got the GHOUL and I've got the Hades. I've got the GHOUL in white. I forget what other colors it comes in. This knife is $45, so it comes with a microfiber cloth. $45 US. The only place you can get this is directly from their website. I'll leave links down below. You can flip it with your thumb that way. You can reach over, flip it that way. 14C28N stainless steel blade, which I'm quite happy with. You know, solid white G10. That's kind of cool. I really like the look of this thing. Right and left pocket clip, deep carry clip, which is very nice. We've got their Damned Designs pivot pin. That shape there is what keeps it from spinning. So we've got a totally round pin on the inside, but it's not a free spinning pin. Flat slab, nice chamfering all around. Put your thumb on there. I almost wish they would have changed this design just a little bit so that there'd be a finger choil grip ahead like that, but there isn't. You can still, you know, grip it with your middle finger where the index finger usually goes, and then still get a grip there if you want to really push hard on something to cut through it. But, you know, it's a good little utility knife. Nice little pocket knife. I'm a big fan of small pocket knives. The action's really good. The alignment's right down the middle. I'm not sure what factory they got to make these, but their stuff is well done. They were delayed many times at the beginning, but I'm so glad the company is shipping product now. So there's a knife or two that they're sold out of, but they've got, I don't know, 10 designs, a dozen designs, something like that. I'm not sure how many they have, but this is nice. Liner lock, and the lockup is right on spot. No blade play or anything. This is the GHOUL. $45. I'll leave a link down below to make it easy for you to find it and buy it. Hopefully I can maybe get a discount code from them. If I can, I'll leave it down below as well. Or hopefully I might get it while I'm still doing the editing. We'll see. Or maybe in the future when I do their video. But this is their GHOUL. It's that's their lowest price knife, their small one. This guy is the Hades. I got the Hades in jade, 154 cm steel. Do you know how much this thing costs? It's $80. Again, you get the microfiber cloth. Now there is a $95 version of this knife if you want a black blade, but we've got a gray wash blade. So they put some gray coating on here and then they've stone washed it. And you know, you've got the hole there, so you can flick it with that hole, or you can use the flipper. Really nice. I like this blade shape. It's all belly and then sort of a recurved clip point right there. Some jimping up there. You can see, again, that design right there. It's a little bit bigger in this one, so they make it to match. There's a spacer there, totally flush spacer except for the screw, if you want to put the pocket clip on the other side. Deep pocket clip, quite nice. It's a flat slab with huge chamfering on it. And of course, this is jade. I'm going to be dyeing this. Probably a bright blue, I think. We'll see. Again, a liner lock, no blade play, side to side, up and down, and a very smooth action. Very smooth action. And it wants to be shut when it's so nice. For an $80 knife, this is, you know, a good knife. I'm very happy with it. I think it's totally worth the $80. It's thinner behind the grind all the way along, even than this GHOUL is. So it'd be a much more efficient slicer, I am sure. You know, you've got a big guard here, so you could use it for piercing if you need to, cutting and slicing. I just think this is a nice knife. The Hades and the GHOUL by Damned Designs. Check out their website, check out their knives, tell them Jake from Canadian Cutting Edge sent you, and hopefully I can build a relationship with them so I can review more of their stuff, because I'm liking what they've got. Yes, it's an American company, and these knives are made in China, And we all know that there's some good knives made in China these days, some really good knives made in China. The lanyard hole here is on the spine at the top of the handle right there. Now, I would prefer if it was at the end of the handle instead of at the top. That's one thing I would suggest that they change, because I don't want to be holding the knife and then having the paracord, pushing in the palm of my hand. It's not going to hurt or anything, but I would just prefer it coming out the back. But this is quite nice. If I figure out who the designers' names are, I'll include those as well. But, fidget friendly and a decent comfort user. $45, $80, or $95 if you get the black blade. So let's summarize what we got. We've got the Hades, we've got the GHOUL, we've got the Wolverine, we've got a slip joint turn, and the 1158 from SRM. What do you think of these knives? Do you own any of these? Leave your comments down below. Thank you so much for watching my video, my unboxing. Thanks for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And huge thank you to my supporters. I appreciate it very much. And remember, always cut towards your chum, not your thumb.